Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to my character profiles videos. This one's going to be about Solas, the bald elven mage. Solas has spent his life as an apostate, living in the wilderness well away from the civilized world and those who would shackle him for what he is. He mastered his magic without the help of tutors, spending years exploring the spirit realm of the Fade and coming to an understanding of its denizens that few others could claim. He would be happiest left alone to sleep in the ancient ruins, searching for memories and knowledge that has been lost for the ages. But the breach in the sky threatens all the world. At a time when other mages would flee into hiding, Solas has put his freedom at risk by emerging from the shadows to assist those who would combat the chaos. He will not stand idly by when his knowledge of the arcane could mean the difference between salvation and utter destruction. This information was found on the official Dragon Age Inquisition website. There is also information on the Dragon Age wiki about Solas' background. Here it is. Solas grew up in a small village, though he spent most of his life alone in the wilderness, and he's technically neither Dalish or city elf. Despite having no contact with the Circle of Magi or Dalish tutors, though he had contact with the clans during his travels, Solas taught himself how to master his magical abilities. Solas' prime interest is in the Fade, happily spending his time dreaming in the ancient ruins, learning all there is to learn about what dwells beyond the veil, rather than joining the current Mage Templar war. Solas is an introvert and sometimes shows a subtle wit. Though he may be considered a hedge mage by the Circle of Magi, Solas has some unique magical tricks of his own, such as a form of lucid dreaming to experience the hidden history of an area where the veil is thin, and how to manipulate the rifts in the veil in a unique way via his knowledge of the Fade. As such, he is more open-minded about the Fade and its denizens than most Theodosians, who in contrast have been taught by the Chantry to fear anything related to spirits. Fundamentally, Solas believes that the many current conflicts in Thedas, mages against Templars, elves against mages, spirits against demons, as little more than black and white reductionist dichotomy of others which has led to the many tragedies that have occurred up until now. On the Dragon Age wiki, there is also an involvement section for Dragon Age Inquisition where it tells us how Solas will join the Inquisition and why. It says, when Solas witnesses the breach, he seeks out to join the Inquisition, knowing that he will be able to provide knowledge on the Fade that others simply will not. In an interview with Patrick Weeks, the writer of Solas, Patrick Weeks tells us many things about Solas' character and what he will be like in Dragon Age Inquisition. At the start of the interview, Patrick Weeks is asked, what can you tell us about Solas? He replies by saying, he is pretty straightforward honest, just your average elven apostate who volunteered to join the Inquisition in the middle of the Mage Rebellion to lend his experience with the Fade. Later on in the interviewer asks, what do Solas' fellow companions in the Inquisition think about him? Vivienne is as loyal a circle mage as you'll ever find, so having this scruffy little hedge mage pop in and say, you're all close-minded, you should be making friends with spirits, causes her to get a little icy and disdainful, as only Vivienne can. Solas and the Iron Bull also spar over Qunari beliefs, as Solas believes in freedom of thought more than anything else, and the Qunari tend to be pretty rigid round there. On the other hand, Solas and Cole get along rather wonderfully. The reason Solas and Cole get along so well is because Cole is from the Fade, and Solas finds him very interesting and wants to know more about him. In Elvish, Solas means pride. In promotional pictures for Dragon Age Inquisition, Solas is described as the Mind. Solas is in his early to mid-40s, he also has a Welsh accent. Now let's talk about Solas' character gameplay wise. How do you think he will play? What specialisation will he have? And what type of mage will he be? In the background information that I read before on Solas, it states that Solas has unique abilities due to his experience in the Fade. This means he is able to manipulate magic in ways most mages can't. Therefore I believe his specialisation will be Rift Mage. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. See ya.